It's 2:30 in the afternoon. Into the police station. In fact, it's almost 4 hours too early to start the night watch. I received a hurry-up call. So let's wheel on over to the desk and see what's up. Hi, Lieutenant.
Hi, Don. Sergeant Perkins wants you in the briefing room right away.
Okay.
If you like to give him this report, that's what it's all about.
Okay, fine. Thanks very much. Well, here's the deal. 8-year-old boy missing from home since yesterday noon. Possibly maybe victim of foul play. Well, that was the reason for the rush call. By the way, I'm a police recorder, and my name is Donn Reed, and you're following us here on this investigation. As you do, remember one thing. The people you hear are not actors. This is it. This is real. This is what happens on the night watch.
Indian type.
Night Watch, the actual on-the-scene report of your police force in action. There are no actors. There is no script. Every voice, every sound is authentic. The investigations are recorded as they actually occur. Night Watch is presented with the cooperation of the Police Department of Culver City, California. W.N. Hidebrande, Chief. We switch you now to the Detective Bureau and your police recorder, Donn Reed.
Green stripe.
You're listening to Sergeant Ron Perkins, who has been assigned by Chief Hidebrande to organize the search for this missing boy. Now, gathered here in the briefing room are the fire chief and his assistants, as well as the chief of police, who will assume personal command in the field.
About 6:30 in the evening at La Leona Creek in Overland area. So we'll go on down to that point and work out of that point. We can start dispatching in both directions. Okay.
Some poles and lights and walkie-talkies.
Everything I have available
enough? Oh, yeah, we've got
You got enough for your men here.
We'll take one truck down there.
Well, that's our starting point. So let's move out to the La Leona Creek area and set up headquarters. It's 3 p.m. right now, and we're located on a high bluff overlooking the creek. Now, here's the picture. Just looking overhead, the sky is very overcast and threatening rain. And if it does, well, this creek will become a raging torrent in a matter of minutes. Now, couple this with the fact that there's less than, I should judge, about 2 hours of daylight left. You can see the reason for our anxiety. Now, Sergeant Perkins is talking to members of the fire and police department, so let's move right in on that conversation.
The motor officers will take the pavement. They'll ride the creek on the pavement. I see. And I've got these 4 boys here. You can take 2 with each crew, and they can check in the culverts and that part of it.
Well, now, we've got some pike poles and also grappling hooks. Rope along in case it's needed.
Yeah, it should be in any of the deep pools. Ought to check out the deep pools.
We won't find a deep one until we get below Inglewood. There's some pretty good ones down there. There's one right down here, way just below that dam. But these things will easily reach it. Yeah. But below Inglewood, you see, we get a couple pretty good ones down there. You can't get too near the center of them. We may have to drag those, you know.
Well, why don't you go down and check that area and give us a radio
call
call?
You back and tell you where the deep pools are at. See?
Right. Okay. Yeah. And you'll have 2 of your motors check the the east end of the...
Take the upper end of the creek.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Well, if you want to do that, then we'll start these from here.
Yeah.
Captain Wilson, you've got the lifeguard coming in from...
The lifeguard service is coming in from the ocean up Leona Creek till they meet the firemen going down this way to the ocean.
All right, fine. Well, we've got it pretty well covered here. Englander, would you stand by here and be the contact here at the present time, Mark, and we'll meet you here. When the hot rodders start coming down, start fanning them out through the hills, right?
All the way up?
All through the hills. Yeah. Cover every part of it they possibly can. All right. Mike, would you and Bob... I told Bob to work it from here because the hot rod clubs will be coming down. We've got the whole creek area covered now. And then if the hot rod clubs come down, would you handle the part of it up through the hills?
Are you going to have them go in car?
Yeah, in their hot rod cars, and they take 2 or 3 fellows in each car, and they can fan out on foot and look in the culverts and stuff like that too.
In other words, you got a group run this way towards the beach.
We got the whole thing with both ways in the creek. We got the lifeguards coming in from the ocean, and we've got the motor officers handling the part they can down there on the pavement, and the fire department's handling this rough stuff through here.
We're going to have communication.
Yes, you've got Here's another walkie-talkie right here. You can use that one right there.
I can go in the opposite direction from the other walkie-talkie.
Give us this one. Mike and I are going to go.
Yeah, we're going to take the Hot Rod Association and go up in the hills. Well, do you know when they're going to... You know when they're going to be down?
No, I don't, Captain. I don't know. I understand to be here after 4 o'clock. That's the only information we have.
This little fellow's been gone an awful long time.
I'll tell you what we don't have covered. We don't have this area from the bridge up to where the pavement starts. So if any of the officers come down, get them going on that area there. On both sides of the creek up to where the pavement starts. The motors are going to take the pavement and ride the culverts clear on in.
Well, the search has been set up. Units have been dispatched. As I'm looking out here along Bologna Creek, the fire companies are out, moving along the creek with grappling hooks. I heard someone say it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Well, I guess that's probably true. Nevertheless, the search will continue as long as it's humanly possible. In other words, there's a boy missing somewhere. We'll find him. You probably can hear a radio going off in the background. Actually, that is a fire unit down here that is sending directions to the various mobile units that are operating here in the field. Behind me now, Lieutenant Conlon is conferring with Chief Hidebrande, so let's get over there.
These waterfalls are coming out into the creek. Got very dangerous gas in it. And nobody can go in that unless they got gas mask on. And if they go back up 200 or 300 feet into that, they become asphyxiated and die. So I've talked to this Mr. Jones up here. He's got men coming out with gas equipment to go back up in and check this for 400 to 500 feet.
I better broadcast. The units won't have anybody going there without until we have a control. 5-0 to control 1.
Unit calling, go ahead.
5-0 to control 1. Will you notify all units involved in the search down here to notify all of the men not to enter any closed culvert. Not to enter any closed culvert. We have an expert coming down from the flood control that will check them out for sewage gas prior to anyone entering.
5-0, roger. Control 1 to all units. All units.
While this call is being relayed to the other units in the field, the chief just informed me that the 4 of us are going over to confer with the boy's mother. So let's get back to our police car.
Enter any closed culverts.
No, not just that.
Oh, they grabbed one?
Well, they got...
You're telling me the truth now.
Checking everything. They got the Los Angeles Aero Squadron in the area.
Do you have any trouble with the boy earlier?
I spoke to him in a harsh tone of voice. I was angry at him. He had torn down the curtain in his room, and he had just turned his bed upside down. You know me, I'll hit him for a small thing, but when it's something this serious, beating doesn't do any good.
No, it doesn't. We're doing everything we possibly can.
That I'm sure. I mean, that's the only thing that's holding me on my sanity altogether is confidence in you and the rest of the boys.
Well, we will continue all night long searching the creek bottom and up in the hills. And we've got an aerial squadron that's flying over the place.
And I told Sergeant Perkins if we get him back alive, we should both get some assistance to see.
Well, you get all the assistance.
Straighten out, you know.
Yeah. You get all the assistance in the world if we find him when we do and bring him
I
back.
hope we do. I hope we do.
Well, we will. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's no use.
We're going to go back up the area. Would you
Look,
stay here? You wait here?
Of course I'm going to be. I can't go. I'm too nervous to drive anymore. You see me? I was ripping that car around like... Look, I only ask that you keep notifying me, yes or no, good or bad. I mean, that's the only thing that'll keep me going is every hour or two check with me.
All right.
Thank you, Chief. I'm grateful for all the help you're doing and for the wonderful assistance everybody's giving me.
We'll do everything we can, and we'll keep you informed.
Well, as we head back for our car, I think I know what's going on the minds of these officers. Has he been kidnapped? Did he fall into a deep pool in that creek? Could he have strolled into one of those caves and been overcome by gas? Well, you could ask 1,000 questions and never come up with an answer. So far, not even a lead. Well, I guess this is where hard work and a prayer comes in.
You are listening to Nightwatch. The people you hear are not actors, and every voice, every sound is real. The investigations are recorded as they actually occur. And now we switch you back to the field and police recorder Donn Reed.
The concentration of the search will be in the Baldwin Hills. The boy has been identified as being in this area, so the units that are working the creek and that area may be pulled in.
You just heard that order given to Control 1 by Chief Hidebrande.
The search has now been concentrated in the Baldwin Hills. Apparently Regan and myself had information that he was on this hill as long as a half hour ago. We're now on the hill behind the new construction of these homes. There's a great property. We have different information from this area approximately a half hour ago.
I don't know whether you pick up that information. It was coming from one of our motorcycles quite a distance away. Stated that it's possible that this youngster was seen in the area that we are at the present time. No matter. Here comes another call.
5 automobile units that are not engaged in the search along Biona Creek. Will you concentrate now in the area? The new housing project up above Overland.
We're in that area now.
Did you hear somebody yell, or is my imagination?
A kid in the red over there.
No, that's two guys that are helping.
Did you check that cave over there? Well, it's up the road. Okay.
Is that an open gate there?
I guess it is. I can see
It looks like it's open.
Perkins down there coming up the hill. Right, what are you sweating about, Sergeant?
Running.
We can pull that creek search off. I think
it's one of these apparently was last seen at approximately 3 o'clock this afternoon in the development on the hill, the Crank development. And the household is pouring drinking water.
Well, you probably can pick up part of that coming up over that motor. Officer Bernard taking off up the hill. Let's get back onto our police car.
5 of the units down at the La Biona Creek and Overland area. The sheriff's aerial unit is in the field now over La Biona. Would you have one of the sheriff's cars stand by down there relative to any communication between the airplane and their office?
Here in our police car once again. Just observing out toward the hills, I can see the plane from the Sheriff's Aero Squad that is circling the hill area in an attempt to locate this boy. But this much we've accomplished in the last hour. I think we've established fairly well that the youngster at least is alive and is somewhere in the hills area. I think it's just a matter of time now before we will close in, because there are, well, I wouldn't even hazard to guess the number of units that are looking for it, but it must be up somewhere in the 20s.
5-2.
Here comes some more calls through.
Would you go to the fall of the bridge and pick up 4 of the...
No, this doesn't relate to our situation other than just picking up some of the youngsters that are in this search. So now, all we can do is stand by here in car 57 and await further developments. About another 45 minutes have passed now, and I'm still remaining here in the cars that are grouped around us. I'm speaking now from the back of 5-7. Sergeant Perkins, here comes another call. No, that's not relevant to our situation here. Sergeant Perkins is in the field somewhere for the possibility of locating the youngster. We have remained here in this area, and as soon as word comes from any of our units, we will move directly to the scene. Well, there's another call coming through. That was Sergeant Perkins on the other end, saying that more men have arrived to join in this search. The father of the missing boy is up here in the hills searching along with the rest of us, and right now is headed for our car.
Did they finish dragging the creek?
Yeah, they've worked on down considerable distance. I don't know just how far they got, but within the last hour alive and was headed up toward the hills. So that's where we're going to concentrate.
The boys are doing a good job.
Well, we want them to. We'll do our best.
5-4 to Control 1 in all units. We have just found the boy on Ledge Road and Hill Street. He's in 5-4 right now. He is okay. He's tired. We're going to take him to the station.
Well, I think you heard that call, but just in case you missed it, the boy is safe and just tired and is in custody. And you can just see as well as feel the tension released on the faces of everyone here. So let's get back and meet car 5-4 with the youngster at police headquarters.
Missing fuel has been found.
Well, standing here in front of the police station, here's the picture. There must be at least 20 photographers standing by, ready to snap a picture as the youngster's brought in. And, yeah, on my left, here's the father of the boy, anxiously watching the street for sight of the car that will bring the young fellow in. That's car 5-4. It's coming in right now, and Lieutenant Lugo has the boy by the hand and is taking him over to his father as the flash bulbs continue to pop here. So it's quite an exciting moment.
And Hill Street, right where he's last seen that.
Where were you at all night? Huh? In the car? Whose car? You know, I thought I had a punch you might get in somebody's car. You went and got in somebody's car to sleep.
Well, I made that statement last night, and of course there was a lot of cars around. We couldn't locate all the cars, didn't we?
Whose car was you in?
Yours?
My car? You were home in my car?
No, I was in just my car.
Why didn't you get in the house?
Well, Sergeant Perkins has the boy by the hand and is leading him now into the police station. A crowd is really gathering now. Onlookers, newspapermen, you name it, we've got them. Excuse me, please. And so let's get right on into the office. Excuse me. Just can I get through? Here in the Detective Bureau, and Sergeant Perkins is talking with the boy, along with Chief Hidebrande and Lieutenant Conlon.
Where did you stay last night?
My daddy's car.
Your daddy's car? Did you stay there all night?
Yeah.
Where did you go when you got out of the car?
Went around the corner.
Went around the corner to the park?
No.
Where did you go?
From the weeds next to the golf course.
In the weeds?
Yeah.
Didn't you think that your mother and daddy would be worried about you?
Yeah.
They've been pretty worried. I don't think it was very nice to run away like that. I'll let your mother and dad know where you were.
Where did you eat, son? Where did you eat?
I just had a glass of water.
Just had a glass of water? That's all you've had?
Yeah.
You see, if any time that you're away, if you are any time away, you should always try to find a policeman and tell them that you've got some trouble. And then you don't have any more trouble because we know where you are, and then we don't have to get a whole lot of people out and look for you.
Glancing down the hall, I can see the mother of this young boy coming up the stairs, being supported by her husband. As you can well imagine, she appears to be just about overcome with joy.
Baby! It's like you were drowned in the creek. Oh, so good to see you.
Right at the moment, I guess you can say, pandemonium reigns. Tears are pouring down the mother's face, and the father is standing by with Sergeant Perkins, while the cameramen are firing pictures from every angle.
Oh, you're
I'm Sergeant Perkins, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
heard about you on radio.
Thank you. I don't think the boy should be punished right now, but we'd like to have him come back to one of the juvenile hearings, say probably next Wednesday night, the three of you.
Darn right. Darn right.
Everybody's
We want to do something about it right away. There's no sense in something like this, George.
But in the meantime, I don't think the boy should be punished.
We will.
Right.
We will.
Okay.
Very good. We can stand some help. Because there's this thing here, this is it, you know?
Again, I appreciate everything everyone has done, and please tell all those men that
We've already thanked them.
I think you ought to thank them all for helping you, don't you?
Thank you.
Bye, young fella.
You're not going to write anymore, honey. You promised them on your words on your scouts on.
Well, Sergeant, there he goes. Yeah, he's a lucky boy, Don. Well, it's after 6 o'clock. Let's get back to work.
Why don't you sit down and get us some coffee? I've got reports to make. Take about 15 minutes.
Okay.
I'll meet you over in the office.
You buying? I'll get it. Ray, will you open the door for me, please?
Sure, here you are.
Thanks. Here's your coffee.
Watch this hot.
What's that going on out there? Sergeant, I've been around a lot of police departments in my life, but this is a new twist. I don't quite get it. Why the music going on out there?
Well, Don, did you see the woman sitting out there with the record player?
Yeah, I saw her.
She came in the station a few minutes ago. Sergeant Green just called me. And brought this record player in, sat down, started playing it.
You mean she's just sitting there playing records?
She's just sitting outside playing records. I just put in a call for Lieutenant Lugo, had him come and interview her. I think we've got a psycho case on our hands.
Uh-huh.
So, wait just a second, let me see if I can...
Right. Excuse me, go to the door, Sergeant.
Where's Lieutenant Lugo? Oh, wait a minute, here he is, here. Okay, thanks.
Come in, Lieutenant. Coming in the office now, an elderly woman, perhaps, maybe 75 years old, snow-white hair, wearing old faded lavender dress, high collar, with old-fashioned high-button shoes. Sergeant Perkins is going out now to turn off the phonograph. And Lieutenant Lugo just whispered to me that he's very familiar with this case. Apparently, she's been in the station several times recently.
Sure.
You know, we want to help you if we can.
I know.
And
I don't know.
I talked to your niece.
Oh.
And she also wants us to help you.
Yeah,
she wants to help you.
She's nice.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Nice. She's very nice, Jabba.
And
she never touched me.
You have been having a little difficulty with where you're staying?
No.
You haven't?
Oh, you mean the hotel?
Yes, at the hotel.
Oh, yes, I come over. I want a room. The smell like pig.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, did you find the clothes that you thought you had lost the other day?
Yes. I come, I said, give me my suit. I tell you, afternoon, my sister come. He said they can find it. I never been in anything.
You've come here before.
Yes.
And come here for help. We have been trying to locate you. We've been trying to locate you to help you.
Yes.
And
I am so hurty. Honest.
Yes.
Officer.
Surely.
I like you. Yes, but he said to me, you'll be someday to police station arrested. I said, what do you think I am? They say that's me too. They think I like truck and then they tell you there's the violence.
You come here with several different types of problems here.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that you're the type of person who'd like to have some help.
Sure.
And I think...
Why that beat me?
No one is going to hurt you.
No.
And we're going to possibly go see a doctor that'll help you.
I go for doctor.
Well,
I go today. Before yesterday,
we have some doctors that can help you, and at a good hospital, and possibly they can give you all the assistance that you need.
Yes.
We have tried to get your family together to agree on this, and I believe that they are in accord with what we want to do to help you. So if you will go along with us in a little while, we'll go down to Los Angeles, and we will take you to the hospital.
Yes.
And I think it'll make you feel a lot better.
Very.
Well, that's fine. I'm all right. If you'll just wait a few minutes.
Yes.
Do you want to go with us now? Go with Miss Sklar here, wait outside out here for a few minutes.
You mean I go? What you call right here?
Wait outside out here, if you will.
Yeah. Did you want to get me?
You wait right out here.
Watching her leave the room, she's heading for her record player. Here we go again.
She's outside now, Lieutenant, playing the record machine again. What do you think?
Well, she's quiet, I guess, sitting there, so I think you'd better assign a man to take her down to the general hospital for observation.
Okay.
evidently a mental case, and possibly can get some help down there.
All right, I'll get one of the officers, then I'll have Miss Squire ride down as matron.
That's fine.
Okay,
Thanks,
well,
Bert.
you bet.
What you have just heard was real, recorded as it actually happened on the Nightwatch. And now, back to police headquarters and Chief W.N. Hidebrande.
Tonight's action presented still another phase of police work, that of conducting an all-out search for this missing boy. As a result, police units from 4 different cities cooperated, including a plane from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Aero Squadron, Boy Scout groups, even hot rod clubs. While he was fortunate to have survived the first night without serious injuries, the second could have brought on a great tragedy. Once returned to his home, my department immediately became interested in still another phase of this case, namely, what prompted the boy to leave home. Our Juvenile Bureau requested the boy and his parents to appear at a hearing where the situation was discussed and corrective measures taken. In the last case involving the 75-year-old woman that came to the station with her portable record player, she was taken to the General Hospital's psychiatric ward, where an examination confirmed the investigating officer's report. For her own security, the subject was confined for hospitalization, where she will be assured of constant attention and protection. The average citizen I know wants to aid his local law enforcement officers in every possible way. If we succeed in bringing this message to just a few, then our efforts shall be well rewarded in bringing you Nightwatch.
Thank you, Chief Hidebrande. You have just heard on-the-scene reports of your police force in action. Every voice, every sound has been real. Nightwatch, brought to you through the cooperation of your police department of Culver City, California, is produced by Sterling Tracy and Jim Hadlock, with technical advice by Sergeant Ron Perkins, and is described in the field by police recorder Donn Reed.